What's up, girls? Let's talk foundation today. And I want to tell you the difference between a liquid, a BB cream, and a cream foundation. Now, this can be with any brand, okay? I'm just using Younique as an example because that's what's in my kit. So what we're going to do first is the so-called heaviest coverage, okay? I myself like to even out my skin tone with a foundation and make myself look more naturally radiant. Now, a cream foundation, people think because it has more coverage that automatically people with acne or scarring or redness should use the cream. Now, one thing I found with a heavier foundation or a thicker consistency is it tends to cake up on an acne-prone skin. So my best advice to you for somebody who needs to cover is to even out the color, okay, and make it look smooth. So definitely using a primer and possibly a BB cream. Now you're going to have to set with something, but the cream isn't always the answer just because you have a lot of redness that you want to get rid of. So I think cream is a preference, okay? Cream is something that looks flawless from top to bottom, okay? Cream is something that you can see on the skin a little bit more than you would a BB cream. I like the cream, but I like it to contour, okay? Because I'm not using it all over my face and I don't look like I have that one dimension skin, okay? I want to look more radiant. I don't want to look like I have a ton of makeup on my skin. Hopefully I don't. I do have a lot of lipstick on, however, but I do not have a lot of foundation on. So, that being said, let's go into liquid. Now, this liquid actually dries down to a powder consistency. So, I don't really use much more than this and a bronzer. You don't always have to set with a powder, so to speak, because we've always been taught to wear a liquid or a cream and then a powder. Well, if you're using a bronzer, that's kind of setting your makeup too, especially if you're using a primer. So a primer would be what you're using to keep your makeup on. It doesn't have to look dry and matte to stay on. Okay, so back to liquid. Liquid is a medium consistency, okay? It has both benefits of looking dewy, yet drying down to a more satiny finish. So it's something easy to work with, something that an everyday girl with a few pimples here and there would actually really love. And it's something that is kind of a go-to for somebody who doesn't really know how to do makeup, because it will cover without them trying too hard and it will dry down to a satiny finish. There you go. So that's a liquid. Medium coverage. And I keep doing this because I like doing that and because the coverage thing kind of bothers me. I'm an even your skin tone out kind of girl, but we'll talk about that more, I'm sure. So now the BB cream. I absolutely love BB cream and I might be a little biased because that's what I wear most of the time, although this new liquid has got me kind of twisted. Anyway, BB cream is very sheer. You can see the skin through it, but it still covers redness, any type of green or blue. It evens out the skin tone almost perfectly. So if you don't have a lot of like raised bumps and that kind of thing, or even if you do, it'll get rid of the color that you're looking to get rid of. So BB cream is a really good answer for almost anybody. It does have a dewy finish, so you might want to dust a little bit of a pressed powder over it. I, for one, do not wear pressed powder every day. I know a lot of people who use just pressed powder as their foundation, and that's okay, but it will look more like one dimension, okay? Just really flat. So if you want a little bit of extra dimension, throw a little bit of this BB cream in that area, okay? Here, dust a little powder. You're even, you look radiant. So I'll review. Heaviest coverage, okay? Not necessarily the best, for covering anybody with acne scarring and acne. The bumps kind of show up a little bit more when you use a heavy coverage. It's really good for somebody who likes that perfect, crazy makeup look, okay? And I like that sometimes, but for an everyday, I'm not sure you're gonna love it. Liquid foundation. Liquid foundation is good and easy for people who don't necessarily know how to apply makeup. Okay, it dries down to a satiny finish, and it's super easy to figure out where and how to apply. Okay, BB cream, the sheerest coverage, but it is wonderful at evening out skin tone. So it's great with a little dust of powder, even for people who have a lot to cover. You just even out the skin tone, throw a little powder over it. Make sure you wear the primer with every single one of these. I'm going to show that to you. This is the primer. Now, you can use any primer. However, I never liked a primer before I tried Younique's primer. Glorious primer is my absolute favorite. And it doesn't break me out where most of them have. So you use your primer, your BB cream, a little dusting over it, and it's perfect. You feel light, you don't feel heavy at all, and you look like a dream. So I hope that clears up what the difference is between these three products. And I hope that it's easier for you to pick your own, help your customers, or come purchase from me at heatherhermesbeauty.com. Now don't forget to go to inspiredgirlsclub.com and sign up for my weekly emails to give you inside tips. Okay, we'll talk soon.